Hi, my name is Gianna Stanley. I'm a local chef in Richmond, Virginia, and today I'm at the Goochland market with RVAgriculture doing a live chef demo. We're highlighting local Virginia farms with beautiful ingredients, and the recipe that we'll be preparing today is grilled eggplant. So now we're with Heather from Brooks Bread Co. She's the one who supplied our sourdough for our recipe today, and I'd love to hear more about how you started your bakery and what makes your bread unique.
Yeah, so a lot of our story is wrapped around kind of my fertility journey. I actually, unfortunately, had a miscarriage last year of our son Brooks, and it was very difficult to deal with. And getting back into doing sourdough, I've done it for years, but I hadn't in a long time, and just getting back into it got me up and going again, and it felt really good. And by the time farmers market season came around, we started selling at farmers markets to help pay for our IVF journey. So that's been just a really great blessing, and I just really love sourdough. All of our products have some kind of sourdough, some kind of fermented dough as an aspect of it, because that long fermentation that you get with the sourdough helps out a lot with the gut properties when you're eating the bread. So sometimes it's a lot easier to digest than just your regular kind of yeast or any kind of store-bought bread or anything like that. So
definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing your vulnerable journey with us. And I'm glad that you found something that was able to kind of nourish your soul through this grief.
Absolutely.
It's something that's so wonderful and rewarding, and I love the idea of the long ferment and how it helps your gut. I feel like especially nowadays so many gluten intolerances have popped up, and so having this kind of bread is really important. When you talk about a long ferment, like what does that mean?
So with sourdough, it just takes a very long time. So for instance, for any of these breads, I bake them the morning of market, but I actually start the dough for them Sunday evening. So the dough has to sit out for a certain number of hours, and it just kind of depends on a lot of, things like in your particular kitchen, which is why some people have an issue with doing sourdough at home. Has a lot to do with like temperature and humidity as to when that particular ferment is done. And then I shape everything, and then it actually goes into the fridge for a cold ferment, which I like to do anywhere from 18 to 24 hours. And that cold ferment is actually where like those gut healthy properties come from. So the longer you can do that, that's what gives some of the bread that like more of that tangy flavor. So the longer you let it ferment, the more of the tang flavor that you're gonna get. But it also means that more of that like wild yeast and bacteria in the sourdough starter is able to consume more of the gluten in your bread, which makes it better for you.
That is so interesting. I have a sourdough starter in my kitchen, and it's a rough journey. So
it takes a lot of practice.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me today, Heather.
Absolutely, thank you.
This has been so wonderful, and I can attest from cooking with this at our earlier demo, your bread is incredible, and I'm so excited to feature it in our recipe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So now I'm here with Garrett from Orchard Hill Farm. He is the producer of this Spud Plus seasoning that we use in our grilled eggplant recipe. And I'm so excited to talk to you about this today. What was the inspiration behind this? And can you tell me a little bit more about what's in the seasoning blend?
Sure, absolutely. So I grow and dry my own herbs, and a lot of folks were excited to have that feature, but they wanted to have kind of a pre-made herb blend. So I kind of experimented with herbs de Provence. I have a wild game seasoning I don't have today. And then people were asking for just a little something extra with a little bit of spice. And so I decided to kind of come up with Spud Plus, which is a French fry seasoning that does extra. You know, there's a plus on everything nowadays, so why not add it to a spice mix?
I love that.
So it's kind of got a little chili powder, a little paprika, garlic, onion powder. It's just kind of a nice universal mix. A little bit of spice, more kind of on the smoky side. But like I said, very versatile. I put on my burgers all the time, steaks, omelets, and then of course tater tots.
Oh, it's so delicious. We've been using it on our grilled eggplant at the live demo today, and people have been raving about it.
Good.
So thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming out.
So now we're here with Alfredo from Little Green Farm based in Spotsylvania. You might remember Alfredo last year. He helped us out with our watermelon for our watermelon gazpacho, and now we're here to talk about fairy tale eggplants, these little cuties. So can you tell us a little bit more about your farm and also about these wonderful, flavorful eggplants?
Yeah, of course. We're based out of Spotsylvania County. They have that regular mild eggplant taste, but the key is you got to season them right. So they're really great. Got like a meaty texture once they're all cooked, but definitely your seasoning is like your most important.
What would you say is the best way to season these eggplants?
Well, definitely your oregano, your parsley, a little bit of salt, pepper. Sometimes throw in some Cajun seasoning if you like. But yeah, my favorite thing to do with these is I'll either dice them up, kind of in a stir fry, vegetable stir fry, or roasting. Everything's pretty good roasting, so you can't go wrong with roasting.
Oh yeah, if you can just oil it, season it, set it and forget it until it's done, that's the best kind of recipe in my book.
Right, yeah, it's just simple and easy, yeah, and delicious.
That's so wonderful. Well, thank you so much for showing us these amazing eggplants. I'm really excited to feature them in our live demos today.
Definitely, thanks for coming to Goochland Farmers Market again. We're always glad to, showing you some unique produce that, it's good. It's something different.
Yeah, at RVAgriculture, we are so lucky to have you as one of the partners and one of our farmers, and we really appreciate all that you do. So thank you so much.
Of course, thank y'all.
Thank you so much for coming to the Goochland Farmers Market for this live demo today. I had so much fun feeding you and talking to our amazing vendors here. I hope you had a blast, and I can't wait to see you at the next one.